welcome back to my show. Thanks for still watching. It was like a genuine moment that Ashley was having, and then I just realized how much it sounds like a Lizzie Bennet Diaries episode. There's definitely an episode, right, where I'm like, wow, you're all watching and you care about my life, and like, cool. But really, it's nice. Thanks for joining me for my memories and to revisit something that we all love. Check out the Patreon for the goodies. My name is Ashley Clements, and this is the Look Back Diaries. Keeping it fresh, or sort of vaguely classical. Hey, I wonder what happens in this episode. I don't know. I don't know who's in this. I don't know what happens. Let's find out. Let's take a look. Okay, well, I already like it. I love a Mama Bennett, as you know. Here we go. My vlog's been hijacked by my mother.
A poor judgment, a personal habit. I'd like to apologize for everything about her, but mostly for turning down a very
It's actually a little painful, the idea that you know every complaint that your mother has about you and that she would say, I'm sorry, Lizzie, you deserved unconditional love and acceptance.
My name is Mrs. Bennett, and y'all just run along now.
Is that the only time that I don't say my name is Lizzie Bennet? It might be. Ah, yes. What a pro I am at hair. I have used a bobby pin. Clearly still earlier in the day because my hair is down. And another anthropology top.
But when I try to tell her that, well, if you're such a grown-up, perhaps you should be living on your own. Of course, for that, you'd need some form of income.
Ooh, she's got you there, girl.
Since when are you so hot on me getting a job? I am merely pointing out that if you were settled in an occupation, you might be able to afford your own apartment, and that can only help in your pursuit of a husband. But I'm not pursuing a husband.
Interesting.
And that is the whole
Actually, it would kind of make sense if Mrs. Bennet was obsessed with Lizzie having a good job, because the equivalent to Pride and Prejudice is that she wants her to be financially taken care of.
She was shoving me at Ricky before, but now the entire force of her convoluted plan-making brain is pushing us together.
Her being interested in the finances is not on Mrs. Bennet like it was always about the finances.
Interference, making conversation to fill awkward pauses, i.e. all the time.
And you know, in our version, obviously, grandbabies. Grandbabies. Oh, we're just like setting up, because you and I know what's gonna come soon, right? So just kind of highlighting that we love each other so much. Well, gosh, Laura, that's a cute dress.
For the last time, you and Bing do not have a carpool. Yes, we do, for the last week, and it's going great.
Look at her lustrous Disney princess hair. Just, you can see how it has occurred in Laura's life, that she's been mistaken for Ariel at Disneyland. That hasn't happened to me. Although during this time period, I was recognized as Lizzie Bennet at Disneyland. I don't think I've been to Disneyland since the Lizzie Bennet Diaries were airing. Yeah, that's true.
She answers the phone. Bennett residence. I apologize for my daughter Lizzie, who just turned down a very lucrative proposal. She does not say that. It's implied.
I have sympathy for the feeling. Oh, sympathy. There he is. But the, you know, feeling criticized is not a good feeling.
Really? What are sisters for? Oh, and while she's doing that, you and Dad should go grab a pizza for dinner. She won't want to invite Ricky.
Jane is a very helpful sister. Aw, that's cute. That's a cute little screen grab of us hugging, being cute.
Okay, fine.
Everyone else is in these cute little dresses. I have no idea what I'm wearing on my bottom half, because I usually wore jeans, but as we've discussed, it was a very, very hot day. But I don't even know if I owned shorts at this time in my life.
Still the bestest friend ever.
Oh, thanks, Joe. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. There's a little, you know, little reminder of how close these two best friends are. Nothing could ever come between them, right? Right? We know that's not true. But it does a great job of setting up, even without her being in the episode, which is very clever, actually, because, you know, we tried to have a nice dispersal of the cast throughout the month of episodes, and Charlotte's, you know, gonna have some big episodes coming up, and so yeah, just finding ways to kind of still continue that story about Collins, about Charlotte, without either of them being in the episode. I think that kind of sums up a lot of what the Lizzie Bennet Diaries does in our tell not show kind of style. So well done. Of course, it's a Margaret episode. She's very good at all this little connective tissue. Also, of course, I love a Mama Bennet episode. It almost feels like she's the third character in it. Like, it's so much of a... I don't think that that's ever happened before, that Mama Bennett's been talking to the audience. Mama Bennett is vlogging in this episode, which is really what makes her feel like another character, right? It's not a reenactment. It's imagining what she would say if she were on the show, which is a very fun convention for this kind of established piece of costume theater that we love. But I don't think that we do that with another character. You can tell me below if I'm wrong, but it's very fun, and it might be the most Mama Bennett heavy episode, and therefore the thumbs up from me. And Jane is lovely, Laura is lovely. It's a lovely little episode. What did you all think of it? Delicious 8704 says, "Gah, it's starting to seriously irritate me. People think Lizzie in the book is more subtle with her irritation, but she wasn't. She was living in a different time, and in that time, she would be considered at least a little in-your-face rude about things. Not to mention, these are the diaries, which means they are her unedited, honest impressions rather than polished interactions with other people. She exaggerates to make her point, which is natural!" Many exclamation points. "Stop being surprised about it!" Well, you know, I agree. And she's responding to what were a lot of dominant comments at the time. You know, this comment is from 9 years ago, and people in the comments were very on about Lizzie being unlikable or less likable than in the book. And there were those, and I appreciate them saying, actually, it's just that the social conventions were different. And also, it's an update, y'all. Noelle M. After rewatching, I really appreciate the fact that we're reminded that Lizzie's perspective is really untrustworthy and biased. I know it's the point, but the creators did an awesome job at keeping true to the book while remaining relevant. I don't know what you're talking about. Lizzie is 100% reliable. Emery Rochelle says, every time I watch this episode, I forget at first that it's Lizzie in costume and not her actual mother at the beginning. I will take that as a compliment. I mean, it is really fun that I got to play all these different characters while still playing Lizzie. Obviously, it's Lizzie's very biased view of people, but it is, you know, sort of a character. Lizzie's a little actress. Kitty Grimm says, Jane looks so lovely in that color. She looks like a mermaid. Yeah, again, we've got Ariel on our hands. Lots of comments about how cute it is with Charlotte and how cute Jane and this outfit are. So true, so true. And also many comments from people commenting on the fact that they are binge watching and should go to sleep. Just a common thing on this show. Opalite says, I never realized this was Pride and Prejudice. Oh, fantastic, fantastic. We love you, Opalite. We think you are great. Also, after the first few episodes, I stopped clicking over to newest first on the comments and just focused on the top comments. But I just looked over for the first time in quite a while, and I wonder how many episodes have this on them. Martin DeHill says, hi Ashley from the future doing the look back diaries. Loving it. Thanks, Martin. You got on the show. I think that's what you wanted. I'm not going to go through and look and see how often that happened, but I'm touched. Martin, did you do that on every episode? I'm not going to check because it's too much work. And that's all, folks. There's a lot of episodes. I'm just trying to keep it fresh. Also, I'm no longer in control of my hands.